guys, my name is Lauren, and today I'm going to be trying to invite you to change your mind on a very common belief, which is that sports are for people that are talented. Now, this is kind of a broad claim that I'm making, so I do want to start off by asking how many of you guys are in sports? I know you are. You are? What do you do?
Used to. I ran track and cross country.
Anybody else? No? Okay. I'll put it on. But I believe that this is a big thing because this doesn't just affect the school naturally because sometimes they get money for it, but it also affects you as a person and your life work, and it even affects how you do in schools. So moving on to that, I'm going to give you a sort of run through of what I'm going to be doing, which is I'm going to be talking about the commonplace. I'm going to give you the change. I'm going to give you some evidence on how it changes and what it means for you. And then we're just going to wrap it up by kind of restating what I said. So, first is, what if it's not for you? Which is something that a lot of people commonly believe. And I think that that's not something that you should think of for sports, because even though it is very competitive, even now in the high school standard, that it's something that you should give a try. And why? Because it affects your learning capabilities, your memory. There are so many studies that show that. It also shows like your discipline, your skills, and your mental health. There are so many outlets that people don't realize that come from sports because they don't feel like they're willing to give themselves a try. Now, the main issue, as I've said many times, is talent, that they feel like they're not worth it, and winning. Now, a big thing that people feel like they have to do if they're in sports is win. But that's a really big misconception, because one thing is that losses build character. It builds character, and it builds a stronger mentality, and it makes you want to try harder. It makes everybody want to try harder, right? Have you had any big losses, Evan?
Bro, you asked Evan how to fall?
I mean, there's not many athletes here, but I know I have, and it's something that I feel like everybody should experience once, even if he hasn't. Show up, you know. Next, though, is getting confidence. Doing a sport gives you so much confidence. Even if you don't play often, it gives you the teamwork experience that you would need, because it forces you, depending on what sport you do. Like, for example, I did volleyball. Volleyball forces you to work together. It makes you talk to one another, and it makes you listen. A big thing that people nowadays don't do is listen to one another. So, moving on to that is discipline. Sports really discipline, and they challenge your character. So one thing that they do is they are constantly challenging you to get better, to see how far you're willing to push yourself for yourself and for others. And I think that's really big, especially in the school environment. And a study called, like, from the group Centers for Disease Control and Physical, on and on, it shows that it improves, apologies, your physical attributes, but also your mental attributes. And the American psychology shows that exercise helps reduce stress. Now, in your higher years of high school, you know, your upperclassmen, as we are mostly seniors, I believe, stress is a really big thing for us with all these deadlines, with college, scholarships, heck, even trying to get a car, with work, and something that you can't always find an outlet for that. So I think that that's something really good to dedicate your time to. Next is why you should do it. Going back into life skills, in the workplace, like I said, it will help you focus on teamwork. So that is a really big thing, I believe, to know how to deal with other people. That you can't really learn just by sitting in a classroom, because a lot of people will either be on their phones, they'll avoid eye contact, or they just simply won't listen. Now, the action is that I really do try to encourage you to do a sport. It doesn't even have to be a big major one like basketball. It could be like tennis or golf, or maybe you can even maybe like an outside club, like table tennis, or I don't know, pickleball even. Something to get your body up and moving in a way like that. So, rounding it up, I do believe that every sport matters naturally, but I also think it's very important for you to give yourself the chance to try something new all the time, always. So, that is my talk about why I believe you should do at least a full season of any sport of your choice in your high school career.
Wait, any questions, comments, thoughts?
That was really good. You used a lot